Shalom, TaNaKh Wisdom. Cunning. Cunning. And in beginnings, Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, it says, "And the serpent was more cunning than any beast or animal of the field, and caused Hawa," Adam's pillar of support, Adam's complement of his spirit, caused her to question Yahweh's command. Caused her to question what he instructed them in. The word cunning in the Hebrew is arum. Arum. Ayin, resh, surek, final mem. The root is ayin, resh, final mem. And the function of that verb root is to combine, join subtle ideas, or for future use. Join subtle ideas for future use. And being sharp-minded. Being sharp-minded. The serpent was more cunning, more sharp-minded. In Romans chapter 3, beginning with verse 3, it says, "What if some did not believe? Will their unbelief make the faithfulness of Yahweh Elohim of powers ineffective? Certainly not. That powers be true and every man a liar. What if some men who claim to be sons of the Most High did not believe all of the instructions, all the promises in this book? Will that make the faithfulness of Yahweh and his promises ineffective? Certainly not. That powers be true and every man a liar." The enemy of our souls, we shared before in other uploads, is competing with Yahweh for your mind. Because remember, thoughts either come from above, Yahweh, Elohim, or below, the dragon, that serpent of old called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. Neither of them, Yahweh nor the enemy of our souls, can just bogart or force us to do his will. Yahweh can, but he won't, because he loves us so much. He wants us to choose to submit to him. The enemy, if he could, he would, but the Most High Yahweh won't allow him. So he has to convince us to choose that which would give him control in our lives and lead us to death. Previous uploads, we talked about sickness. It should not be and was never a part of our life. Death wasn't even a part of our life. But because of sin, the wages of it is death. But Yeshua, Scripture says, conquered sin in the flesh and released and destroyed death and released those who were all their lifetime in fear of death and being subject to that bondage. He released us from it. But do you believe it? Do you believe it? Why are a lot of believers dying? Am I to expect to die just because everybody is dying and it's what we believe is the norm of humanity from generation to generation, when the instruction says otherwise? Psalms 118, verse 17. "I will not die, but live, so that I may declare the works of Yahweh. Lo amu ki eche wa saper maaseh Yah." That's the Hebrew. I will not die, but live and declare the works of Yahweh. Psalm 116 says, in the Hebrew, "Too precious, too costly or the death of his saints. Psalms 48. Yahweh will be our guide even over death in the Hebrew. Many promises. The battle is up here. Your thoughts. Who are you choosing to believe? That serpent of old called the dragon from below, who will lead you to death? Or the force of your life, Yahweh Elohim, who will lead you to an existence unshakable? Shalom, TaNaKh Wisdom.